Rainbow Radio, live 92.4 FM and DAB+.
Join me on...
Right, Rainbow Radio Entertainment. It's just 5 minutes past 1 o'clock. Quickly, my main call Homano so mensa aka Wodemaya, Africa's #1 YouTuber. Wodemaya, Pacho, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Me fanti nya me catchy na minimisa onso ufrita this o kan fanti inti for the sake of our audience, for the sake of your audience as well, let me give you the priority. Which language do you want to speak?
I am okay with every language, especially fancy, because I'm a fancy guy and I always want to represent the fancy community. But yeah, since we projected Africa to the world, I think maybe English so that people from different parts of Africa will understand the message. I say.
Absolutely. With your for Nipa Mensa Kanono Ora Wodemaya. So uye YouTube fan and now you'll be able to share YouTube pa. Ubon say Brantier he is arguably one of the most prolific YouTubers which the continent of Africa has produced. Nidian Kasa ye bethold Kobe Winkler Akon. Now what is a Fantino Womu ye pa. He's a vlogger, digital media influencer, and aeronautical engineer. Now with over 1.2 million followers on Facebook, 1.4 million followers on YouTube, and cumulative views. Not just say, Wama share in YouTube videos more than 188 million. Wodemaya, with these statistics, normally, how do you feel when you hear them?
I think for me, it's not all about the numbers. For me, it's all about the impact that I make in the society. When you watch my videos, what kind of impact does my videos make in your life? I mean, that is what makes me happy than the numbers. I mean, YouTube numbers is just numbers for me. But when it comes to like when you watch a video from Amaya, what does the video do to you? And if I see somebody telling me that, hey Maya, I'm going to Nigeria because of a video, I'm going to Namibia because of a video, that makes me happy and excited. More than the numbers.
I mean, Maya, I have followed your videos for the past, 3 or 4 years now, and I can definitely always feel the impact of videos that you made. But let me ask you this: out of all the videos that you've made, right, which one would you say, personally, is your most impactful?
Wow. That's a very deep question that no one has ever asked me. I think most impactful, I think I have a lot of impactful videos, but I would say most impactful and the one that I really enjoyed and watch over and over again is me interviewing a young guy who uses school fees to build a factory in Ghana. He used to be a lawyer, he was a law student, and then he decided to quit and invest in himself by establishing a factory, a charcoal factory. And it's so unique that the charcoal factory that he established, he actually used a coconut husk. Is it a coconut husk or coconut pod or something like that?
Right.
To transform that into charcoal. In Ghana, we throw those things away. So after that video, I met a lot of young people who actually started doing something meaningful with their lives after seeing that video. I think I've met a lot of people, and they keep on telling me that, hey, because of this video, I decided to invest in something like this. And even the guy that I interviewed, since the day I interviewed him to today, he's still getting the benefit of that video that I did. Like his whole company has expanded. He has spoke to different parts of the world just because of that video. So to me, that is my favorite video, man.
I mean, Wodemaya, you have quite an inspiring story in terms of how you started. Now, I know, you've told this story over and over and over again, but for somebody who may, for argument's sake, may be listening to you for the very first time across London and even in Ghana and online, tell us just a little bit of, if you can have an abridged version of how you got here, how did it start for you as a YouTuber transitioning from an aeronautical engineering student and now becoming the Wodemaya who travels the whole of Africa?
Wow, thank you. That my story is really long, but I'll try to make it short. So I found myself in China, studying in China, and while studying, I wanted to do something beyond just studying every day. So that's when I started doing my own research, and I came across YouTube. I mean, when I came across YouTube, I didn't have cameras to shoot videos. I didn't have anything to shoot my YouTube videos. So all I did was to use what I have. Yeah, and using what I have, I think my senior brother bought me my first phone, which is Samsung S2. So basically, I just wanted to create something. You know, I just don't want to be idle, just going to school and that's all. So my brother bought me that phone, and I was like, you know what? Let's start with this phone. So I started using this just more like a comedy channel. I was not like that guy who travels around Africa. No, I was a comedian.
You are doing comedy?
Yes. I was a comedian, you know.
Wow.
But anytime I do YouTube videos, I go to class, and then my classmates will be like, dude, you're not funny, man. You have to quit this career, bro. So it was more of my classmates always speaking down on what I do motivated me to do better. You get it? So I was just always trying to prove a point. And there was a time that I did a YouTube video, which was a bit of comedy, but it had a bit of message in it. When we're living in China, Chinese people think that, oh, we are monkeys, so we eat banana, right? So there was this video that I did. I had a banana, and then I put the banana in my ex-girlfriend's mouth, right? So as soon as she ate the banana, I think my father saw that particular video. So my dad was like, why would you go to school and be doing things like this? You know, my dad stopped talking to me for 2 good weeks. But I spoke to my mom, and I told my mom, you know what? I really want to do this, but I don't know how to convince my dad. And my mom was like, you know what? I'm going to help you convince your dad. Don't worry. So my mom did a job for me, convinced my dad. And my dad gave me this idea of, if you really want to do what you want to do, I don't want to see my son doing comedy around chasing women, flirting women all the time. But if you can do something meaningful, something that has message, and that is when I switched from being a comedian to that guy living in China, trying to tell Chinese people that Africa is beautiful. And that was an idea from my dad, right? So I started doing that, and all of a sudden I saw my channel just blowing up. And I couldn't believe it. Like, telling people how beautiful Africa is, my channel started blowing up. So I lived in China continuously for 2 years, and I was like, you know what? If people are coming to China because of my videos, then I guess I can do better when I move back to Africa. And that's when I moved. I didn't even move. I came to Africa just to visit 5 countries, and those 5 countries gave me another 100,000 people within, let's say, 2 months. And I was like, you know what? I think this is what Africans are yearning for. So it's time for me to move back to the motherland and start telling the people of Africa, saying that it's time to come back home. It's time to invest in Africa. It's time to explore Africa. And it's been 2 years along the journey, and I would say that it's the best thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Wow. Wodemaya, let me ask you this on what you've just said. Organic views, for 1 point something million organic views, and you shot to 100,000 within some particular period of time. Now, a lot of people want to do YouTube, including artists, different genres of arts want to do YouTube, and you always get some people saying, oh, if you want to do YouTube, you need to kind of buy the views and all those. I've even had somebody on this show who said there is nobody who's got organic following on YouTube. Everyone who's got following on YouTube have bought it one way or the other or sponsored. So you being in that space for so long and having Chuck success, can you speak to that for me?
I would say that being on YouTube, never even try to buy views. I think the people who I would say that they buy views are musicians, because sometimes they need their songs to go viral, or they want people to have a piece of their craft.
Okay.
But as a creator, the most important thing for you to do is to grow organically. You know, one of the things that I always tell people, like, I'm so relevant today because I grew organically. So the audience there are like, they know you as if like you are one of their own. Because listen, being on YouTube is the hardest thing to do. Like creating YouTube videos. I mean, imagine yourself and you don't know who is watching or who is listening to you. So getting those audience, forming a community, because that's how you get paid. I mean, when you get have you seen a channel that has, let's say, 100,000 people, but when you upload a video, only 20 people watch? That means you bought your subscribers, you bought your views, and that's why like they are not there to come and watch you again. So it's good for any creator that is starting, or maybe any creator that is creating YouTube videos, to always stick to organic views. See, I can show you from my channel from scratch to the end. I never even bought even 1 view or 2 views from anywhere. It was strictly organic. Just waking up, doing your own thing, and people falling in love with you. One thing that I would say is that always stay authentic. Because I feel like people love authenticity. YouTube is like being on a platform where people from different parts of the world can relate to what you do and they stick with you. But if you try to buy views, your videos will go to someone that is not interested in watching you. But at the end of the day, because you bought a view, your video went to someone who is not interested in what you do. Yeah, you got 1 million views on a video, but it's not impactful. It's not changing anyone's life. No one is actually enjoying what you do. It's not more like spending money. That's it. So I would encourage anyone who is an upcoming YouTuber, stay true to yourself, have patience, and grow organically.
In fact, Wodemaya, I have a lot to ask you, but for time's sake, let me try and just ask a few things, and then I'll leave you because I know you are on a journey as well. Now, you have set out to change the narrative about Africa, the negative narrative to be precise. Do you think that we as Africans have in any way contributed to that stereotype that we find ourselves, or that do you think we've in any way contributed to the stereotype?
I didn't get that. Can you come again?
So, you are set out to change. There is a stereotype. People think of Africa in a particular way, right?
Yeah.
And you are on a journey to change that. But do you think that as a people, as Africans, we have contributed to the way the foreign world or the other countries think about us?
I think we can do better in terms of Africans coming together to change our own narrative. The thing is, like, most Africans don't believe in Africa themselves. Most Africans think that you cannot make it in Africa, and most Africans think that you need to be out there before you make it, right? So, I mean, if you see that when you come to Africa, yeah, even people trying to change the narrative, like telling people that Africa is beautiful, you need to be in Africa, you need to be in Africa. There are other Africans that are telling you that, hey, what are you doing in Africa? There's nothing in Africa. So I'm saying some of us are trying, but I wish it can be a collective effort. All of us coming together to help change that narrative. Because, see, I mean, our politicians are not helping. Will you say that they are also contributing to the changing of the narrative? No, they're actually making the situation worse. But we are looking forward to see an ordinary African out there who knows and believes that, hey, I can make it on the motherland, and it's time to let the world know that, this is not the Africa that they think it is. So it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard because it took Africans 400 years for this colonization. So it's like all mindset, and it's gonna take us another 400 years to decolonize our mindset. So it's not gonna be an easy journey. But believe me, we're gonna get there because I was watching a video. Let me tell you something. I'll give you an example.
Tell me.
I was watching a video, a young lady on TikTok. This is a small girl who's saying that, oh, she doesn't like Satan. The next sentence that came out of her mouth was that I don't like Satan because Satan is black. You know, so as a young girl, she doesn't even know that, okay, I am black. And if I'm saying I don't like Satan, which means I don't like my own self, you know, because they painted Satan to us to be what? To be black. So this is exactly the same mindset that most Africans have, that, hey, there's nothing good in Africa. So it only takes conscious mind, people who are awakened to know that, hey, they've actually deceived us. They've actually deceived us about the Africa that we all know, thinking that we cannot make it in Africa. So believe me, my brother, we're trying our best, and I know and believe that a lot of Africans are going to come together, and someday the narrative will be changed.
So, still on changing the narrative, quick one. So, the music, the art, the culture, right? Wodemaya, you have traveled to a lot of African countries. How is, especially, I'm interested in music, and how is that contributing or shaping the narrative positively? I've not seen you interview a lot of musicians. You've done some, but how is the music across Africa changing the narrative?
I love the way Afrobeat is making waves out of Africa, but I just hope that in our music videos we will not be too westernized, trying to be like the West, but we should carry our cultures, our values in our music videos. If we're saying we're changing the narrative through music, it's one of the best things that you can do out there, but we should not be just sending the rhythm or sending the, the sound, and when it comes to our music video, it's too westernized. That's why, like, even for me, interviewing some people, I always make sure that, like, an artist that I'm interviewing carries the African culture in their videos. We need to be ambassadors wherever we find ourselves. We need to see an African representing Africa, maybe at the Grammy, put it on an African suit or something like that. So it's something that, like I said, it's all mental slavery, and I know it's gonna take some time for us to get there. But our musicians are really trying. But I just hope that in our music videos, when we are sending messages across, we should still carry our values as Africans.
Who is your favorite musician? Who is your favorite African musician or favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? I wouldn't limit it to Ghana. Let me say Africa. Yeah, favorite African.
I think everybody knows that I love Davido. That's it. Everyone who knows me knows that I love Davido. Yeah.
Davido. Okay, let's narrow it to Ghana.
Yeah.
Let's narrow it to Ghana with Maya.
Ghana is Shatta Wale.
Ghana is Shatta Wale. Hey, big artist. You are part of the Shatta movement. So
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, people will say it's crazy to support Shatta Wale, but I'm a diehard SM fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what is the worst rumor that you have heard about Wodemaya?
What is the what?
The worst rumor that you have heard about Wodemaya. Say, oh, Wodemaya, this. What's the worst rumor?
That I impregnated someone.
Did you?
I saw it on a video. A girl narrating how I impregnated her, and I never met her. I don't know when.
Wodemaya, did you impregnate someone?
No, listen. I don't even know the girl that. You see, the girl was interviewed, right?
Okay.
Said I impregnated her, and the news was all over the internet. But this girl, I've never met her before. Can you believe that? Never met her. I don't even know where she is, but it is what it is, man.
Oh my goodness, Wodemaya, thank you so much. Before you go, like I said, we could go on and on because I know this wouldn't be the last time I would have you. But you had $1 million house. And that house, you one of your main vision was to have it as a content creation hub, where people would come and create content and all those things. Have you achieved that vision? Is it living up to that expectation?
It's tough, man. I feel like people don't like free things, and when you give people free things too, they take advantage of the free things that you give them.
So are you saying? Hold on, Wodemaya, hold on. Are you saying that people are not taking advantage of that free space to create? Because I watched the video when almost all the content creators were there. They are not coming to use it.
Yeah, so they come, but they come. They don't want to go back home.
Okay.
It's not a home. It's an office space for you to come and do nothing and go back. And some of them come, I mean, they break our stuff because you're not buying anything from the house. You know, you're not buying anything. You just everything is given to you for free. So people took advantage of the whole situation, took down some of the equipment. We had to replace them and all of that. And some too came. They didn't want to go back. They just want to stay and continue what they are doing. It was just sad, you know, because I feel like it was a platform that was created for, not for a specific type of people. But they were trying to use it as something that you created for them. And at the end of the day, even when they test and you tell them that, oh, someone is there, you cannot come, they think, oh, why are you telling us someone is there? But it's not a space that you can contain 10 people at a time. It's a space that at least 3 people, 4 people at a time, that's okay. So I just felt like, you know what, probably maybe we need to set it somewhere, knowing that if you're going to pay a fee to do what you have to do, then that one people respect the place more than giving it to them for free.
All right. This is Rainbow, for Rainbow Entertainment, 92.4 FM in London, 87.5 in Accra. Africa's number 1 YouTuber, Wodemaya, and Ameneno Echchinkomo. We've been having a conversation. Before he goes, Woody, my colleague Apostle, he will ask you a question, but before that, let me ask you, do you actually know the number of diasporans that you've influenced to move back? Do you have a head count of them?
That would be tough, because I mean, some of them I meet, some of them I don't meet at all, but the people that I've met so far, I would say over 1,000, man.
Wow.
I don't know the exact numbers, but even this morning I actually just met someone who said, hey, I mean, because of you last night. Like, this is like something that I hear almost every day. I see people investing in different African countries. I think we're actually going to Burundi because of a guy who built his first estate, just because of my videos. He used to live in Australia and he decided to move back to the motherland to build Burundi's first gated estate. So I see them every day, but it's so hard to, meet everyone who tells you that, hey, I am here because of you. It's a lot of work for me. I mean, like, I feel like the work is bigger than me. I'm now trying to catch up with it. It's tough.
Okay.
It's really tough.
Okay. Apostle wants to ask you one quick question before we go.
Yeah, what they want to know that has tied the knot with Miss Trudy, the Kenyan content creator, giving you a leverage in Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You said what, Miss Trudy?
Yeah, I said tying the knot with Miss Trudy, who is a Kenyan content creator. Has it given you a leverage in Kenya?
Oh yeah, of course. I think I have more audience in Kenya than even in Ghana. If you check my YouTube analytics, I have people that watch me from Kenya more than Ghana, and then for her, she has more people from Kenya, more in Ghana more than in Kenya.
Wow.
So I think it's both. Yeah,
okay.
Wow. Wodemaya, thank you so much. I have 2 more questions before you go. First one, is there any video that you wish you didn't make?
Wow. Is there any video? I think there's a video I did in South Africa. It's a video I did in South Africa about the most divided country in Africa. Until today, I'm still paying for that video.
Oh my goodness! Why? What happened? What happened to what did people say?
I was just being honest. The fact that I saw South Africa being so divided, racially divided, felt like appetite for like this. I mean, even though what happened before is not what is happening right now, but you see the segregation in South Africa. So I woke up one morning seeing my whole surrounded being white, and then I go out to find my fellow black people, and they were the one that were, taking care of the houses, like in terms of cutting grasses, pruning the flowers in the estate and all of that. And I was like, oh, I just picked up my camera and I started talking about it. Yeah, I mean, some of them knew that I was saying the truth. Some of them too are saying that I'm trying to make black South Africans look bad. And to today, everyone keeps on asking that why are you doing this and all of that. Why? I mean, to today they hate on me because of that video. So I wish I never made that video.
Oh dear. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. We say for Wodemaya and Amene Kasai no oba because it's here. If anyone is struggling, right, to grow a YouTube channel, I mean, people are listening to you here in London and across, and a lot of creators. What would you say to that person, someone struggling to grow a YouTube channel?
Be yourself. Keep creating. You might never know which video will be your breakthrough. It will always take one video to be known on YouTube. Only one video. But I would say stay creative, keep doing your thing, have patience, and stay consistent. That's it.
That's it. Wode, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man, but thanks for taking time out to speak to us.
It's okay. Come on, it's all right. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you, man. And to everyone listening, keep listening.
When are we seeing you in London?
Soon.
Soon.
Very soon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, very soon. I'll put up a surprise, man. Very soon.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, all right. Over there, fine.
Right. And we shall for
Live 92.4 FM and DAB Plus.
yes, Wodemaya, Africa's #1 YouTuber, and Yene Kasaya. No, Apostle, I was say yeah, quickly, call your final conversations. So you're guest in Kasa because and then Mr. Mekacha with 50 Asiana no show no, you're very packed show. Now, Okawa can't send me. Which one is it that stood out for you?
Well, number one, I think when it comes to the following, very much important what he talked about. Number one, amount for top views or YouTube or somewhere careful. And is as it stands now, a lot of people have opened markets. For views and for our mountain views, 1 million views, 500,000 views, 100,000 views, but Wodemaya say you should have authentic or organic viewers. And when you have organic viewers, they are going to be like your people or who say you are one of them. But what told ya asa you have about 100,000 followers on or 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. We post there, 15 one comment. I mean, just do your best and then get the authentic or organic following. It's going to help you. And then I am there.
Right.